Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hockey Podcast. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at podcast_hockey, Facebook.com, The Hockey Podcast, YouTube.com, The Hockey Podcast. Like, share, subscribe our stuff, retweet it. You have a chance to win some prizes, including an opportunity to go to the Calgary Flames Vancouver Canucks game April 23rd at the Saddle Dome. And we'll get into that. We'll, of course, have our live podcast tonight. Sean and Chris and probably Devin will join us for that. We'll be talking about the Flames news and Canucks news, but I wanted to do a daily news pack. Typically, what has been done is I would post a tweet of all the headlines, but I wanted to try to do something a little bit different and do this in video format and just to see how this would work and uh, put that out there for us as well. So these are things tonight we just do probably do a daily one and talk about some of the news of the day that we may or may not get to on the podcast or something during the week. We do have a plan, a couple of recaps this week. We will be recapping tomorrow the Chicago Blackhawks uh, play the Calgary Flames. The Flames returning after another successful road trip. And the Vancouver Canucks start a road trip themselves as they'll be heading to Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. We will be recapping that game as well. And we'll start with the news of the day here. And the three stars of the week include Calgary Flames forward Johnny Gaudreau, as he has continued to shine. He led the NHL with 7 points, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points, 2 game winning goals as well. The Flames went 3-0-1 this week, and they're in first place of the Pacific Division. So Johnny Gaudreau has been flying. This is probably some of the best hockey that he's played in his career, and making it very interesting for what the Flames do in the off season in terms of a contract. And we've discussed that, and probably will discuss that more. Second star is Evgeny Samsonov, the goaltender from the Washington Capitals. He stopped all 56 shots in 2 starts, going 2-0 with 2 shutouts. The Capitals are 2-1-1. They're in second place in the Metro Division. 34 saves against the LA Kings, and then a 22 stops in San Jose against the San Jose Sharks, as well as the Capitals went out west. And the third star is Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche. He had 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points in 2 contests. And the Avalanche are starting to, after a slow start, starting to get it together a little bit. He scored his 9th career game-winning goal as well, and when he beat the Vancouver Canucks on the 17th. And he also had his third multi-goal performance in a 7-3 victory on Friday against the Seattle Kraken. So those are the three stars of the week: Gaudreau, Samsonov, and Makar. Other news that is going on today is it's been a tough year for Kevin Hayes for sure. He started the season injured, and he has now re-injured his abdominal muscles. He played 2 games. He missed the first 12, and he's now week to week for the Flyers. It's been a tough year, and can't think but just heartbreak for Kevin Hayes. He left a 2-1 overtime win against the Flames. He was tangled with Elias Lindholm late in the second period, and he he's now week to week. Not so a tough loss for the Flyers, a tough loss, and a tough year for Kevin Hayes. Um, he will remain in Florida to continue his rehabilitation. Another significant injury that has happened here is Brayden Point. He is out indefinitely from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Point uh, has an upper body injury. He has scored 13 points this year. He was injured in a loss in the New Jersey Devils, and he was tripped by Ryan Graves in the late halfway through the third period, and it is considered week to week. He signed an 8-year, $76 million contract extension in the offseason. So, a very scary scene, very unfortunate for Brayden Point as well. And if Canada goes to the Olympics, which I think one of the things we will discuss today, will Brayden Point be there? That is an interesting question, of that as well. So, and then we've got other news here. Um, the right now the Toronto Maple Leafs are one of the hottest teams in the league, and they are in TSN's Power Rankings anyway, ranked the highest of all the Canadian teams. The number one team in Power Rankings is the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers are 2, Avalanche are 3. Number 4 is the Toronto Maple Leafs, and number 5 are the Calgary Flames. For those that are interested, the other Canadian teams, the Edmonton Oilers are number 8, the Winnipeg Jets number 9. The defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning are 15. And going down the list here, the Vancouver Canucks rank 28, and Montreal Canadiens rank 29. Ottawa Senators 30th. The New York Islanders, unbelievable, at 31 in the power rankings. And just to look here, the Winnipeg Jets at number 9. So that's interesting there as well. And then coming up on the podcast today, the topics we'll be talking about is with the Vancouver Canucks, when will it happen? It feels like the weight of the expectation of either Jim Benning going, Travis Green going, that major move that people are expecting to happen. When will that happen? How long will that happen? How long will we have to wait? We'll also get into the Canucks power play and line deployment as well. And with the Calgary Flames, we'll talk about how Daryl Sutter is really impressed with the W's, and the W's seem to be coming quite well for the Calgary Flames. And we'll get into this as well, the NHL and going to the Olympics. Is this, how confident are we that the NHL is going to the Olympics? It will be Sean, it will be Chris, Devin, hopefully, and myself. That's at 6:30 Pacific, 7:30 Mountain. You can subscribe also to the audio shortly after that. Facebook.com, The Hockey Podcast, YouTube.com, The Hockey Podcast. And of course, follow us on Twitter, and we will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.